accidentally backed the killer of our company's founder and got rewarded for it. Only years later, I realized the truth. I started at Helios Innovations the summer after graduating college. It wasn't my dream job, but my dream seemed unreachable. Helios was mid-sized, run by passionate engineers, known for designing smart energy solutions for small towns and niche industries. The founder, Dr. Elaine Rourke, had a reputation: brilliant, ethical, fiercely protective of her company's mission. The idea behind Helios was to bring affordable solar-powered microgrid systems to rural communities. Over the years, Dr. Rourke and her team had launched pilot programs in places as varied as parts of Guatemala and coal mining towns in Appalachia. Their 50 kilowatt microgrid units meant lights and refrigerators for kids who'd never had them. They were trailblazing and doing good. I joined as a junior systems coordinator in 2013. Fresh out of college with a renewable energy degree, I was excited, but green. I'd take project notes, arrange field team logistics, organize teleconferences with clients in South America, and handle airline bookings. Tiring, but I believed. The first big trip was to El Corazon, a remote Mexican village plugging into a Helios prototype. I logged dusty afternoons, tired smiles, kids marveling at solar lanterns, and endless troubleshooting under the hot sun. I felt pride. Back at HQ, the pressure simmered. Competitors? Poised to offer similar systems cheaper, cutting corners, diluting ethics. Elaine refused. She held fast to quality and compliance, even sacrificing profit. That's the brand. By 2015, Helios was stable, but not thriving. We needed that next leap. Enter Project Orion in early 2016. A luxury developer from Dubai approached Helios with a proposal: power a brand new desert resort entirely off-grid with Helios microgrid tech, on a scale far beyond anything we'd completed. Elaine hesitated. The project was glamorous, lucrative, but risky in terms of scale and desert conditions. Still, board pressure rose. Elaine relented cautiously. She appointed project lead Lucas Bennett, a high-energy engineer who dazzled investors. I felt lucky to be assigned as his assistant. Months of design meetings began. Lucas charmed everyone with confident plans: innovative storage, baseload systems, predictive maintenance. Suppliers, investors, and the HNBI client lapped it up. Our desert plan could be copied across the Middle East and fund future rural electrification work. That's why we were doing it. I managed logistics for simulated environment testing in Arizona. We ran arrays over 120 degrees if nothing broke. By the end of 2016, Project Orion was the talk of the company. Yet there were rumors. Lucas was cutting costs with cheaper inverter tech, bypassing backup redundancies Elaine insisted on. Engineers whispered concerns. I noticed Lucas whispering back: over-design kills us. Investor deadlines matter. I grew uneasy, but optimistic. Then it hit. On January 12, 2017, Dr. Rourke died in a car accident. Head-on collision with a truck on a deserted highway outside Phoenix. She'd been traveling for a board meeting about Project Orion. She never made it. Shock hit hard. Company halted. Clients canceled. Larry, the board chairman, steered the company quickly to Lucas. In just 3 months, he became interim CEO. Some said it was the only way to save Orion. Others saw greed. Morale fractured. I pushed back. I emailed the board the concerns I'd heard. Lucas promptly rescinded my system admin rights as retaliation. Rumors about me grew. I was sidelined. But Orion looked good, and we needed positive news. By mid-2017, we launched the first Orion system at the Dubai resort, and it performed perfectly. Investors celebrated. Lucas was hero. My public role? Minimal. But I couldn't escape guilt. Orion had rolled out with missing redundancies. And I was complicit by not pushing harder. Fast forward, 2018 to 2020. Helios soared. Other desert resorts, European island grids, even military microgrids in remote sites. Lucas was CEO. Board pleased. Profits soared. I moved up to senior operations, traveling extensively. Morocco, Oman, Zambia, proud, yes, but never fully comfortable. Some systems faltered later. Minor, but I knew the cost-savings shortcuts Lucas had baked in. By late 2020, a $135 million acquisition offer rolled in from a major renewable energy giant. Lucas and the board greenlit it. I accepted company stock-based compensation, rationalizing I'd earned it. On February 14, 2021, final paper signed. Helios was sold. I cashed out. I did charity donations in Dr. Rourke's name. I prayed Orion's desert grid lasted. Then the call came. August 2021. My phone beeped. A private, secure messaging alert. Someone from HP in Dallas with urgent requests. They found Orion in the middle of the Saudi desert, servicing an unlicensed research facility. Satellite surveillance showed what looked like inexpensive but powerful chemical testing, almost weapons grade. Their intel said testing had ceased, but they wanted insider contact. I panicked. Orion had either been commandeered, or Lucas allowed it for R&D rent. But before I could reply, the hit came. Out of nowhere. My aunt's saving account was drained. I received threats, veiled at first, then direct. Drop it or the same at your next stop. My passport flagged. I was being watched. Online. In person. I panicked. Sold off the rest of my Helios stock. Left my lightweight apartment. Bought a cheap car. I believed Lucas had flipped. Selling secrets. Or some external actor was. I changed my name. Applied for conservative job roles. Survived the scrutiny. But I couldn't stop digging. I chipped away at Orion documents I had. Design specs, supplier logs, equipment testimonies. I reached out to former engineers. Kept secure email channels. Everything pointed to the facility. The same inverter shortcuts. Same vendor network. But no compliance checks. This wasn't for civilian testing. This was something far more dangerous. A private chemical weapons biolab? Maybe terrorism? Maybe corporate espionage? I decided to leak details with all documentation to The Intercept and The Guardian, anonymously. On April 15, 2022, the story went live. Chemical weapons facility powered by Helios Orion in western Saudi Arabia. Technical documents reveal official complicity. Huge uproar. International Solar Energy Trust shattered. Investigations initiated. Lucas and the board named as possibly negligent, or worse. They tried to pin blame on rogue field operators, but leak proof stood. On April 17, 2022, Lucas died. Suicide by cyanide in his home office. He left no letter, only a handwritten line on a napkin. Sorry. Board Chairman Larry bowed out days later in disgrace. Helios collapsed by July. The investor had bought for patents and killed the brand. Here's what broke me: my career, my savings, my name tarnished for life. But here's the truth I was never meant to find out. The board kept Project Orion under lock and key. They accelerated Orion to inflate value before selling. And they'd guaranteed to hide risks, even weaponization possibilities. I envied Elaine too late. Her integrity would have protected us. Lucas knew that. He accelerated Orion to prove to investors. He convinced the board Elaine didn't understand market speed anymore. The twist they framed me. As the anonymous leak grew traction, Helios insiders briefed international agencies and said, this was the junior ops guy who had admin keys, access to logs, and insider knowledge. We didn't trust him. He was resentful when passed over multiple times under Elaine and Lucas. He intentionally sabotaged Orion to destroy the company. I had to vanish. I settled under a new identity halfway across Europe. Changed my name, changed my voice. Elevated disappearance. Why is this the twist? Because I was the innocent one. And the board, Lucas included, knew full well. I never leaked Orion for revenge. I leaked it because I knew Dr. Rourke would have pulled plug. I knew it was abusing trust. I let it slide too long. And I believed it was the only chance to stop a weapons apocalypse. But it ruined me. Forever. Postscript. May 2025. I see no headlines anymore. Echoes in renewable energy forums worry about orphan technology with dark past. A splinter startup inherited some Orion patents, but they keep regulators close. A silent apology meets my name occasionally as a footnote in activist reports. Then Director of Operations at Helios Innovations, 2013 to 2021, identified and acted to prevent illegal weaponization. Forced into hiding. There's no happy ending. Only truth.